If you're considering relocating to Salem, Oregon, chances are you're feeling stressed and confused about where you should purchase a home. There's so much information out there on the internet, but somehow it's still really tough to figure out what neighborhood will actually be suitable for your lifestyle and your season of life. Just like you, I relocated to Salem 5 years ago, and unfortunately, I picked the wrong neighborhood to live in. I want to help you avoid making the same mistakes that I did. So today, we're going to talk about the top 5 nicest neighborhoods in Salem, Oregon. I have to confess something. This is not my personal list of top 5 nicest neighborhoods in Salem. I got this list from ChatGPT because as a real estate agent, I cannot steer you, but a robot sure can. So I made sure that what the robot told me was also in line with what my clients' preferences are as well. This is a very dependable list of the nicest neighborhoods in Salem. My name is Clarity Odd, and I'm a real estate agent here in Salem, and I make videos for you, my internet friends turned clients. If you're buying a home here in Salem and want to work with us in the home buying process, go down to the description of this video where you're going to find all of our contact information. Reach out so that we can help you. Okay, let's jump in. Throughout this entire video, I need you to remember that this is not my list. It is a list provided by a robot because I don't want to be getting in trouble as a real estate agent by the board of realtors for steering you and telling you the nice places to live. So we're not going to take my data, we're going to take ChatGPT's data and then cross-reference it with where my clients like to buy houses as well. The first neighborhood on our list is called Bush Park. This neighborhood made the list because it is one of the historic neighborhoods in Salem, and it is within walking distance of downtown. It's right next to Willamette University, the public library, and the Salem Hospital. And also it's across the street from Bush Park, which is home to Salem's Art Fair. This neighborhood has a wide variety of older homes. So if you're looking for a historic home close to downtown with easy access to amenities and you don't really want to be too dependent on your car, this is going to be an amazing neighborhood to check out. And like I mentioned earlier, this neighborhood has Bush Park in the neighborhood, which has a rose garden, a museum, a play structure, a greenhouse, and overall is just a fabulous park if you are somebody who likes to walk or be close to nature and also close to downtown Salem. The home prices in this neighborhood vary quite a bit, so you can find homes in the high 400 to 500 range, and then they go all the way up to about the 800 range, and that really just depends on the size of the home and then where it's actually positioned within the neighborhood. Before I get to the next neighborhood on my list, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video so far. I really love interacting with my internet friends like you, so leave a comment so that we can connect as a community. The next neighborhood on my list is called Fairmount, and this is one of my personal favorite neighborhoods because it reminds me a lot of the quintessential Portland or Pacific Northwest neighborhood. This neighborhood made the list because of its really charming houses, its ideal location, and its incredible neighborhood community. The Fairmount neighborhood is one of the first neighborhoods that popped up in Salem and has a lot of mansions that the first peoples of industry in Salem constructed for themselves. So you're going to find a really great mix of smaller bungalow homes alongside mansions with huge Roman columns, and this is even where the governor lives in Mahonia Hall. This neighborhood has always been an affluent neighborhood, and it still is today. If you're looking for a neighborhood that has really quick and easy access to the main roads of Salem, is within walking distance to downtown, you like the idea of being close to Bush Park, you want a neighborhood that has its own park, and you want to have a neighborhood that has a really strong sense of community. This neighborhood even has its own Instagram page, and it has a lot of different community events for the neighborhood throughout the year. So this is really the reason why it's made number 2 on this list, because it is so community centered and it has a really great, easy, convenient location to get to anywhere else in Salem. Number 3 on our list is called Inland Shores. Now, this neighborhood's actually in Keizer, but Keizer and Salem are so close together that they might as well just be one and the same. Inland Shores had made the list because it is one of the very few lakeside living communities that we have here in the greater Salem area. Stat Lake is a man-made lake. It's very small, so you can't have motorized boats on there, but you can have a canoe or a kayak or a stand-up paddleboard or one of those, God, what are they called? It's like a little boat where you foot pedal it. You can have one of those too. This is a very desirable community because of the private lake that it sits on. But what's also unique about this community is that it has single family homes, but it also has condos, which start around $400,000. And then the single family homes start from around $500,000, but that's on like the lowest of the low range. It's more common that the houses are gonna be closer to $800,000. This community is very small, it's very tight knit, and it's governed by an HOA, but most importantly, it's right next to McNary Estates, which is another community that I love to talk about, and it really could have made this list as well, but I've talked about it so much that I wanted to kind of shake up the neighborhoods a bit here. McNary Estates is a golf course community, so with Inland Shores, you have the private lake so that you can do your canoeing, your paddle boarding, but then you're also right next to Keizer's best golf course community. So you really get the best of both worlds. Water and golf. Although I think the better of the two would be the water, but I leave that to you to figure out. Inland Shores is wonderful for people who want easy access to I-5. Because Keizer sits north of Salem, it's actually closer to the I-5 corridor, so you're gonna have a very quick and easy access point to I-5 while still getting all of the amenities of Salem. The next neighborhood on our list is called Creekside. The Creekside neighborhood made this list because it's another golf course community in South Salem, but it does have very luxurious large homes. This neighborhood is a bit hilly, which means you're gonna get great views of the Willamette Valley and the Cascade Range. But if you want, you can also find a home with great views of the golf course. There is a pretty strict HOA in this community, so they do have governing rules about keeping your house in compliance with the other homes in the area and maintaining the conformity to preserve home values. So if you want to look in Creekside, just be mindful that they do have an HOA. This neighborhood has a clubhouse, a restaurant, a nail salon, and a few different amenities right in the community, which makes it super ideal for people who like to golf, but they also want the added benefits of having a clubhouse and a community center where everyone gathers. This community does have a mix of single family homes and condos, very strong community feel. The next neighborhood on our list is the neighborhood of Candalaria, which is located in South Salem. This is a neighborhood that's actually right next to Fairmount, just a little bit south of Fairmount. And this neighborhood was established predominantly in the 1950s and 70s. And it's made this list because if you are a lover of all mid-century modern things, you are definitely going to want to check out Candalaria. There really aren't many neighborhoods in Salem that have mid-century modern homes, but this one is amazing because it's mid-century married with luxury. This is another neighborhood that has very mature landscaping. If you love the idea of being surrounded by trees and nature in your mid-century modern home, you definitely need to check out Candalaria. Because this neighborhood is positioned on a hill, there are a handful of homes that have incredible, stunning views looking out towards the Oregon coast. Most residents who live in the Candalaria neighborhood, they have lived there for such a long time. So you can expect when homes do come onto the market, they are gonna need to have some updating. But again, if you are a lover of mid-century modern, you are gonna be so excited to know that this neighborhood has pink bathrooms, avocado green kitchens, and gorgeous walls of windows. This is also one of the few neighborhoods in Salem where a lot of the homes have basements. While you can find homes in the 400-ish range, if you're really wanting to live higher up on the Candalaria Hill, you can expect to pay anywhere from $700,000 plus. neighborhoods. The two neighborhoods that I personally would want to move into if I had to redo my whole entire relocation process over again, I would look in Fairmount and Candalaria. Those two I feel like have a really quintessential Portland vibe in Salem, and I love being surrounded by trees. I'm not one who likes the idea of moving into a new development with, tiny little trees that are still growing. I want really mature landscaping. I like to live in character homes and older homes, and for those reasons, I would absolutely look in Candalaria or Fairmount if I had to do it all over again. Also, I think my dog would really enjoy both of those neighborhoods because both of those neighborhoods are close to Minto Brown Park, and my dog goes bananas when we go there. He loves it there. This is my dog, Buddy. If you enjoyed this video, you are absolutely going to want to check out this video next. Bye, friends.